the 5 main ways that you're going to make serious bank in your life, if you want to make serious bank. It's not for everybody. I get it. Some people are okay with just not being there. But as you have come to realize, if you've watched my content or spent any time in the Mano Swamp, women have very high expectations of men. And I've always said this, and I'll keep repeating it. None of this should be done to attract or appease women. This should be done for yourself because you have standards for yourself. I'm a car guy. I've always been a car guy. I like fast cars. Faster cars cost more money. Cooler cars cost more money. And the kinds of experiences that I like to sign up for, like car rallies, like exotic car rallies, cost money. So that's one of the driving forces for me. Like, I like hanging out with cool people and stuff like that. So the 5 ways that you're going to make serious bank as a guy in this world are going to be, let's start with number 1, which is a C-suite job, which, if we're being honest, you can't go and apply for it as a nobody. Most people have to work their way up the ranks. And I started at 22, 23, because I was living in England, 21, 22, and came back around 22-ish, 23. And I needed to find something to do. A buddy of mine said they were hiring at a call center, which was local to me. I went and interviewed, got a job, started out, got promoted to supervisor, branch manager, kind of moved way up the ranks. By the time I was 30, I was just under the VP at that point. So then there's a VP, and then there's the C-suite jobs. CFO, Chief Financial Officer, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, CTO, Chief Technology Officer. Anything with a C before it is a C-suite job and is going to pay well into 6 figures, in some cases 7 figures, depending on the comp plan. But again, you're going to have to put in probably at least a decade. I would say more reasonably about a decade and a half of time to get hired for a position in a corporation, because you have to have experience, right? Like, they're not going to hire some, Jimbo off the street with no experience that just has a nice resume or smells nice or anything like that. They want to hire you because of your resume. Like I said earlier, people get hired for the resume, they get fired for fit. C-suite jobs can pay very, very well. Some of them into 7 figures. So don't think for a sec that you can't make money working for a company. You can, but it's a pyramid, right? At the very top, there's those C-suite jobs. At the very bottom, it's a very wide bottom. Okay, there's loads and loads of jobs that don't pay that well, where you're basically doing all the work to, provide the value to the top people and the shareholders of the business that get all the value. So C-suite job is number 1. Let's just tick these off as we go through them. Number 2 is a professional of some kind. You went to school for a number of years. You got a professional designation. I know that I poke fun at the people like to brag about their degrees framed in mahogany with little letters after the name, sort of thing. Most of them are bullshit degrees, if we're being honest. I'm talking about something like LLB, okay, like a lawyer, you're a surgeon, you're an in-demand professional that can charge a lot of money for your time. I don't know what the minimum wage is here. I think it's around 14 or 15 bucks an hour, something like that. That's how disconnected I am from being an employer and having employees. It's been quite a few years for me. But these professionals will make $500, $1,000, $2,000 an hour for what it is they're doing. I remember I did a consult with my optician's eye surgery office. So, to fix my eyesight, surgery is about 10 grand. It's a clear lens replacement surgery. And the way they run it is they have a whole bunch of people lined up on the days that they're doing the surgery, and it's like a fucking processing center. So they do the consults during the week, Friday and Saturday. They do the actual surgery, and it's like a 5 or 10 minute procedure for $10,000. So you work out what the surgeons make and by the hour, being the qualified professional that improves people's eyesight. Okay, so professionals can make quite a lot of money. You're gonna have to put in the time. I don't know that. For me, eyeballs gross me out. I haven't gone through the surgery yet, obviously, because I've got some hesitation around it, but eyeballs gross me out. I couldn't sit there with some fucking big ass machine and fans and stuff and maneuver them around to make $10,000 for 10 minutes, worth of work. But that's how it goes, right? There are professional designations which pay very, very well. So that's number 2. Again, number 1 is C-suite jobs. Number 2 is licensed professional. And that extends not just to lawyer, surgeon, there's high level, accounting jobs. I could go on and on and on. You get the idea. There are countries that don't pay very well, like doctors here in Canada. Like if you're a GP, like a family doctor, you get paid a lot more working in the States. Certain states, more than other, for example, but there's certain countries that just don't pay as well for certain professions. So you'd have to look at location as well. I'm going to get to the super chats in a bit, guys. I apologize for rambling a little bit, but I want to get through all these points before I start going to the chat and stuff. STEM was the next one: science, technology, engineering, maths, right? So a good buddy of mine's an engineer, coder, and you could very easily get a job at any of these high-tech companies, the Facebooks, the Googles, the YouTubes sort of things, and they pay $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 a year if you're one of the senior like tech lead coder sort of guys. So there's those industries. There's engineering guys. I'm sure the guys that build the rockets for SpaceX are getting very well paid, well into six figures. Most people, when they go and get their degrees, they don't contemplate these things. They go and get bullshit degrees. And it's like, look, if you're going to put the time and effort into sitting in a woke institution where they're going to shove pronouns and rainbows down your throat because you want to get a degree, fine, but get a degree in something that's actually useful. It's going to pay you some serious money. You know what I'm saying? So number one, C-suite, professional, STEM. The next one is kind of a fun one, and it's fame. Musicians, rappers, actors, influencers. Like Kim Kardashian is a billionaire because of her ass and her tits, showing it on social media. You can become quite wealthy and influential when you're famous, if you can control an audience, if people want to see you, sort of thing. One of the things I talk about in my course is the value of building an audience as an entrepreneur. Which I'll talk about more when I kind of go through all the course lectures and stuff with you guys during the show. But there's fame, which is pretty obvious and clear. And then the last but not least, number 5, is entrepreneurship. I'm a big fan of it. Nothing gives you freedom, the ability to maneuver, and proper true wealth, I believe, as entrepreneurship. The other benefit to it as well is you can be very rich and anonymous. Some people don't want the fame. They don't want, people bother them. They don't want to be recognized in public. They want to kind of move about the world very quietly. Buddy of mine today calls me up. I haven't seen him in about 6 or 7 months. I thought he was down in the Caribbean, but calls me up. He goes, "Hey man, I need a favor. I got to get my passport renewed. I need somebody that I've known for a while. Can I come up and, get you to sign, my photographs and all my shit?" And I'm like, yeah, come on up. I've known the guy for 39 years. I've known him since high school. We're catching up. We're talking about shit. He's always been an entrepreneur. We've gone back and forth over the years, keeping up on Skype, and we get together and have lunch. He's great, an old friend of mine too. And I'm like, so what's been going on? He's like, tell me about this new business that he's running, without getting into details because he wants to remain anonymous. I know that he likes to keep a private life. He's like, yeah, we're doing about $1 million a day in sales on this product line. I'm like, it's pretty good, man. Like, you would never know seeing the guy. You would never know seeing the guy walking down the street, getting out of a car, sitting in a restaurant, that he runs a business doing $1 million a day. Okay. And he's like, yeah, in about 6-12 months, we'll probably be doing about like $1.5 million a day. Right. So entrepreneurship, it is almost limitless when you set it up right. The problem is that most people don't set it up right. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.